equal towards friends and foes, and equal towards honor and dishonor. Not easy. Namaste, my name is Cyril Wohrer, or Chandra. I have a master's in the study of religion from Oxford University, and for the last 29 years I've been initiated in practicing the monotheistic tradition of Hinduism in the line of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada. If you don't know those figures, you can go in the description to see more details about these very important personalities. So if you're interested in India, if you are from India, then support this channel. And if you're interested in philosophy, if you believe in karma, reincarnation, non-violence towards animals, then please do subscribe. So we are in this series, by the way, I'm here in Goloka Dham, this beautiful ISKCON center, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, in the middle of the forest here in near Frankfurt. And we are in this series of being dear, or becoming dear to God. And we're looking at the last verses of the 12th chapter of the great classic of India called the Bhagavad Gita. For those of you who don't know the Bhagavad Gita, it's really considered to be the Bible of Hinduism. All the different yoga traditions, Hindu traditions of India, try to appropriate the Gita to justify their theological conclusions. And the Gita itself is glorified as being, a torchlight of wisdom in this dark age that we live in. So it's worth listening to and reading. So in the last chapter, the last verses of the 12 chapters, there's a whole series of verses where Krishna, or God, is telling Arjuna, or you or me, what's dear to him in our behavior. And one of those verses says that one who is equal to friend and foe, and equal to honor and dishonor, is dear to God. So easier said than done, right? Because enemies are enemies and friends are friends, right? But when you take a step back and you think about it philosophically, there's no such thing as enemies in this world, ultimately. Because if we accept the premise that we are souls inside physical bodies, and each soul is a part and parcel of God, then we could clearly say that we're basically part of the same family. There's no enemies in a family, theoretically, right? So the notion of enemy is just it's an illusory imagination. Now that doesn't mean that you stay in a toxic situation. You put your head into the mouth of a tiger, for example. But at the deep spiritual level, we're all souls. We're all part of the same spiritual family, And friends also. Ultimately, we're all parts of the same family. So a friend, in a sense, a spiritual friend, okay, that's a real concept, but a material friend is also almost as illusory. It's almost as illusory as the notion of enemy. So one who has that sense of seeing every person ultimately just as souls, nothing less, nothing more, that type of consciousness of equality is pleasing to God, according to the Bhagavad Gita. And then in terms of, having that same sort of equal attitude towards honor and dishonor, well, look, this is a channel about Hinduism, but, even the Bible says, I think in Luke, if I'm not mistaken, Jesus says that, offense is unavoidable. Offense is unavoidable in this world. You can't avoid being offended or even offending others. So given that it's unavoidable, be ready to be offended. Right? And so Krishna says in the Gita, one who is equal towards insult and praise is dear to him. We generally, when we get praise, it's like, yeah, finally, everyone has understood how great I am, right? And when we get insulted, we're like, how dare he say that, or how dare she say that about me, right? But again, these are just theoretical concepts, or illusory concepts in a sense. They don't really pertain to the soul. They don't really pertain to the spiritual self, right? And so one who remembers that then is, according to the Bhagavad Gita, very dear to God, right? So that's why we should continue reading the ancient Sanskrit classics of India, like the Bhagavad Gita, so we can remember repeatedly that we should try to be dear to God, live a life that's, pleasing to God, and B, act in such a way, that is pleasing to God, so that we can actually also be good examples in society and help make this world a better place. Thanks for watching. Again, if you're from India, please do support this channel by subscribing. And if you're not from India, then please do subscribe because this wisdom is really, really top notch. Thanks again. Take care. All the best. See you next week or next time or tomorrow or whenever.